Picture this. It's 1939, deep in the plains of Sheridan County. A small wooden farmhouse stands quietly under a wide, endless sky. The wind moves gently across dry fields that had once been choked by dust. Inside that home, a family sits close together, safe, warm, and holding on to something stronger than comfort: hope. 3 young girls stand side by side. They're smiling. Their dresses are simple, stitched carefully by hand, made not from expensive fabric, but from something far more unexpected: flour sacks. Yes, the same sacks that once carried grain into their home, now transformed into clothing. Softened, cleaned, cut, and sewn into dresses that tell a deeper story, one of survival, resilience, and quiet creativity. Because in 1939, life in rural America wasn't easy. Just a few years earlier, this land had been hit by 2 devastating forces at once: the economic collapse of the Great Depression and the environmental disaster known as the Dust Bowl. Crops failed, banks collapsed, and powerful winds lifted dry soil into the sky. Families lost everything. Thousands packed what little they had and fled west, chasing rumors of better land, better work, better life. But not everyone left. Some stayed behind, holding on to their farms, their homes, and their dignity. This family was one of them. Out here in Kansas, cash was rare. There were no shopping sprees, no extra luxuries. Everything had to be earned, reused, or made from scratch. Food didn't come from supermarkets, it came from the land. Clothes didn't come from stores, they came from skill. Mothers became seamstresses, gardeners, and problem solvers all at once. And that's where the flour sacks came in. At the time, flour and animal feed were packaged in sturdy cotton sacks, plain at first, designed only for function. But something unexpected began to happen. Families started saving them, washing them, reusing them, turning them into pillowcases, curtains, towels, and most importantly, clothing. Manufacturers noticed, and instead of ignoring it, they leaned into it. By the mid-1930s, companies began printing colorful patterns directly onto the sacks: floral designs, bright checks, playful prints, knowing full well that these bags would live a second life long after the flour was gone. Some even went a step further. They printed sewing instructions right onto the fabric itself. Think about that for a moment. A simple bag of flour, designed not just to carry food, but to become something beautiful afterward. And families embraced it. Neighbors would trade sacks to match patterns, mothers would carefully plan outfits, and young girls, like the 3 standing in that farmhouse, would wear dresses made from what others might have thrown away. By the early 1940s, it's estimated that over 3 million women and children across the United States were wearing clothing made from feed sacks. 3 million. That's not just a trend. That's a movement born out of necessity. But life wasn't only about creativity, it was also about hardship. Many rural homes at the time still lacked basic modern conveniences. No indoor plumbing, no reliable electricity. Even though the Rural Electrification Administration had begun expanding power lines across the countryside, progress was slow. For many families, nights were still lit by kerosene lamps, and water had to be carried by hand. Every task took effort. Every day required resilience. And yet, there was beauty in that struggle. Because in the middle of scarcity, people found ways to create, to adapt, to endure. Those dresses the girls wore weren't just clothing. They were symbols. Symbols of a mother's love stitched into every seam.
Symbols of a family refusing to give up. Symbols of a time when survival depended not on what you had, but on what you could make from it. And maybe that's what makes this moment so powerful. Because while history often remembers the big events, the crashes, the storms, the migrations, it's the quiet, everyday stories like this that truly define an era. A family in a farmhouse, 3 girls in handmade dresses, a mother turning flour sacks into something meaningful. No headlines, no fame, just resilience. And as the wind continues to move across the Kansas plains, that farmhouse still stands in memory, not as a place of struggle, but as a testament to human ingenuity, a reminder that even in the hardest times, people find a way